This is AWAGBT their podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kiki with AWAGBT their podcast, a place where you get to become an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat. We have Eric in the studio and Tracy J in the studio. What up, guys? Everybody doing all right?
No. All right. Stop. I'm doing just fine.
Okay.
I'm doing enough.
Hilarious. Well, I'm going to get back to these in 2.5 seconds, because I need to update the audience about what happened within this last week. Why don't I see episode 6? Episode 6 is going to be dropping. We're going to drop 2 episodes at once, our 6 and 7. Episode 6 is what we recorded. We did a not so merge episode with Byyyeee. Those of you who have been with us for a while, we've done this before. We did this last season, and so we've decided to keep this tradition alive. And the name of the podcast is I Don't Know About That with Silent Podcasts. So we did it with them. So you're going to have the audio version of that episode dropping at the same time as our episode 7. All right. So Eric and Tree says she ain't doing good.
I don't know why she ain't doing good.
Because don't get pregnant. It's not fun. I'm tired, boss. Nah, I'm just playing. Y'all go reach the world. I want everybody to suffer with me. Everybody right now. Go get pregnant.
That's a little bit impossible for me,
right.
But
go get someone pregnant. Excuse me.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
That would be the contribution. Hilarious.
Because I got plans and I can't be held back. Ain't that how it be? Men be having plans. They only want to mess up their plans, so they just leave a woman with the baby.
That sound about right. All right.
Yikes.
Deadbeat loading.
Nah, dang. I never thought I'd be not. Like, where does deadbeat spirit come from? Because you ain't had one and your daddy ain't have one. But I'm doing well because I passed my comprehensive exam. So he's graduating for real. And
come on here.
Yes, master's degree loading.
Come on now.
What do you plan to do once you are finished with school? You see, I got the microphone. I'm holding it up to your mouth.
Well, I have plans to, maybe do something very, very, very fun. And depending on if that happens or not, we'll see. If not, I have a couple of job opportunities that I'm going to pursue. So
doing something fun, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Come on here, multiple streams of income and opportunity.
Like you trying to get pregnant.
Absolutely not, Tracy.
Just playing.
I didn't even care. I didn't even hear what she said, so I'm just chilling.
Just mess.
Oh my God.
Mess.
Per usual.
Yes, a fun opportunity that involves getting paid and living out my dreams.
That part.
Potentially.
And buying my baby some Pampers.
Absolutely. Get all the Pampers she needs.
That's hilarious.
What you up to, Kiki?
Child. I don't know. I just been chilling. I felt like I need a vacation away from vacation because I was on vacation for a minute, about 9 days or so, and now I'm back and I'm on vacation still.
I know that's
right in here.
Up here.
I was like, I know.
Erica's like, oh, for real? No, here in the mind, I am still on vacation, but otherwise,
that's the best one.
Vacation.
What'd you say?
You need a vacation from the vacation.
Yes, immediately.
I think a study needs to be done about that because, like, you go on vacation and you got to adjust real quick back.
Yes, I feel like those need to be like mental health days in between.
Yeah.
So I get to take vacation and then sick leave for mental health days. Then I can extend that out because those would be my downtime. See?
Yeah. I feel like you should
think like me
and then get 2 reset days. But then people like me, I would just stay on vacation extra 2 days.
And extend it. I can stay an extra day.
Yeah, and that's what we do because that's what we do.
Exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be like, man, I'm tired.
We can't act right. That's the problem.
We about as bad as the folks.
At least we still work. At least we still work.
Oh, that's funny to me. I wanted to update the viewers and the listeners about one other thing. I just remembered the mole.
Yes.
As you can see, we did not have the final episode of the mole. We didn't have a specific episode that was the finale of the mole because we gave you all the interviews with Samara Joy, as well as our mole herself, Joy
Our mole.
Schweitzer, right?
Yes.
Yes, Joy Schweitzer. So please go back and watch those episodes. And watching those episodes, you will learn, if you have not watched the episodes actually on Netflix, you will learn that our mole was Kasi, which we knew.
We knew. We called it.
Which we knew. And the winner was Will.
And we were all wrong.
We were very wrong about that. Because our winner, who's our winner?
Joy.
That part.
But you know what? We'll use Kasi to get that money.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just leave it right there.
Allegedly.
Go back, go listen to our interview with
Baby,
Joy,
and go reading between lines.
That's what
you will.
This is my alleged thought.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, we'll use Kasi to win their money. And I think Kasi, I don't know. I don't want to say tipped him off, but like, you the mole. We'll stop.
Because you know, it makes me wonder real quick. I know we're not going to be on here this long, but it do make me wonder, why are you laughing at me? The thing that makes me wonder, why are you laughing at me?
Nah, go ahead.
I don't forgot what was about. Her being the actual mole, you would think that she had like Obama security around her 24/7. You know what I'm saying? To prevent for somebody to be close to
prevent that fraternizing.
Yeah, I don't know. It just I don't know. Something's weird about that part to me.
Some in the milk ain't clean.
Ain't.
So you remember when Samara said they really weren't supposed to be interacting with each other. So
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm putting all 2 and 2 and 3 and 4
outside of like
together.
the you know, their hangout moments and stuff, but like at the hotels and stuff, why folks hanging out?
Right. And how you have the capacity to have full-blown alliances. And that's just in general, because and I guess one of the reasons why they could not hover the mole too much, because it would be a dead giveaway that she was the mole. So I guess I just talked myself out of that.
Well, no, or it's just like, well, I get that too, but it's like too, how were you being the mole, but you only sitting on, you know, you in one person's lap the whole time? Not literally, but you know what I'm saying? And you're not talking and communicating with other people, and that person wins the game too. Moving right along.
Another television show that we've been discussing.
Love is Blind.
Our love is blind. Blind.
Love is Blind. We finally got 3 more episodes? We got 3 more episodes this week. And I'm gonna just give y'all a basic recap. Basically, Bartiz ain't y'all know the word I want to put after that. Nancy,
hey, beep, 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 beep.
Nancy, girl, I love you. She is such a beautiful spirit. She's just so happy-go-lucky, but I need her to get some self-esteem, because
what read between lines and around
her. And I'm looking like, girl, are we looking at the same man? She's like, he's Nancy, baby.
Stand up.
Because baby, Nancy, you if you listening to this, girl, you got it all. Like, you really got it. You doing what you're doing. You got the money. You got a loving family. You don't need that man. Now, we don't know if they said yes or no, but Lord Jesus, I hope they said no. I don't care which one of them said no. Whichever one make it not be a marriage, that's what we need. That's what we need. And then let's see, Brandon and Alexa. We don't know about their marriage either. Wait, I guess I should just talk about the only marriage we do know about.
So everything else is
I'm talking about like, they was really ashy, and they only gave us one proposal. Like, y'all could at least gave us, one wedding, but y'all could at least gave us 2. But we saw Raven and SK get married, and I'm gonna be very real. Not get married, I guess. They got to the altar, and SK was like, I do not.
He was laughing before that too. He was holding his laughter.
On that line, child.
I said nothing. I do not. You should just say no.
I don't.
But I gotta be very real. I really thought Raven was gonna be the one to say no.
Yeah.
Because of let me not say that. Okay, I'm not gonna say the comment I want to say. I'm gonna say that for later.
I think we talked about that in the chat.
Yes, that. But yeah, I was very surprised by that. Raven, she looked gorgeous. She looked beautiful. But I'm be very real. Raven was like, I was gonna say yes. I'm be very real. I don't think she was gonna say yes either.
No, let me tell you.
I don't think so.
I do.
I don't
You
know.
think she was gonna say yes?
But
I do.
no, but she went first.
She did
No,
not.
she didn't.
Did she give have words?
She went word. She had her vows first,
but
she
the I
didn't
do was SK first.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought the words were like an indicator that the way it was edited, it seemed like the words were an indicator that she was going to say yes. Then
she was going to say yes.
Yeah.
I think she was going to say yes, and just to see like how emotional, like even his mom. Like first of all, can we just shout out to SK's mom because she is literally so sweet.
She was
and
a
amazing
kind spirit during the entire time.
And his mom, did y'all catch? She was like, I do. She would tell when it was time for SK to say. She was like, I do. I don't know what happened.
Been waiting on you to get married if you don't say I do.
And I do truly believe that she loves Raven, and Raven said she was like, I love you and thank you for being so welcoming and stuff. And so I just love that relationship, and I think they still have one because she posted her on her story on her like IG page.
That's beautiful.
So I was really taken aback to know that SK was the one that said no. Like you said, at first I would have thought it was going to be Raven just because of like how, apprehensive she seemed to be. But the more I heard her talk and her always saying that, SK is the first one that made me cry, like the only one to make me cry in the pods, and he doesn't want me to conform. She was like, I'm not no housewife. These other girls, they want to be housewife, rip and run, sit at the house, do the kids. She said, that's not who I am, and he accepted me for that. And all these other guys, that's what they want.
Not Eric. Not Eric is a Raven apologist.
I didn't think I would be because, I hadn't watched when y'all watched the first, when the first batch. And so when I did finally see her doing jumping jacks, doing old boy, who I don't feel sorry for no more. So jumping jack all the way through it. And just seeing how she was, I just like, oh, this girl, no, I can't deal with it. But I think I became a fan of Ravens when they started meeting each other and they met at the pool, and Barty started trying to tell her, oh, you so beautiful. I knew we would have been a match made in heaven, walking to the bar. And she was like, yeah. And she was like, nah, brother, you now you see me. Now look, now I'm hot. You see that I'm hot. You want me now? But back then we was in the pods. You had to let me go.
Back then you
didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Listen.
Exactly.
We do not own the rights to that phrase.
I think that's when I became, for her, because at first I was like, nah, sis, because she was like, oh yeah, I feel the same way. I was like, no, you just saying that because he told you no. But so she got her lick back when it came to after the pod. And so I was like, you know what? I can get with it.
Who's your favorite people so far?
None of them.
Interjected. You say none of them? Eric seemed like somebody got his heartstring. Who got your heartstrings?
I don't have no heartstrings, but like I love the idea of Raven and SK.
Is it just me? I don't.
I didn't at first. I really didn't.
I didn't at first, and in the middle, and at the end.
Let me tell you this. I'm gonna act like Raven in this situation. There are aspects of Raven that I do not like.
That might be why.
And because they're similar to me. And how I have responded in relationships.
Not you said y'all the same.
Look, there are very similar things there when it comes to relationships. And she made it very clear out the gate that I want this type of lifestyle. That's what I'm used to.
At least she was straight up.
So she wants the SK plus the life.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things. And so as soon as an SK plus the life comes along, you think she's gonna be thinking about SK pod dates?
No, but here's the
especially
thing.
Even if they don't get married, I do not think that SK was an option. Look, it wasn't a choice to me. Like it just felt weird to me.
This is my thought. I think Raven ended up wanting to have a man that wines and dines to take care of her. Basically reiterating that sugar baby lifestyle, allegedly. SK, I think, even though he comes from certain traditions where, like in Nigeria, there are certain families in certain areas that do set up arranged marriages. So that was the thing that threw me you know, like this is pretty much it, not pretty much, it is an arranged marriage. And so I figured it would work out. And I think when SK, there was a situation where he was having a conversation with Raven. He's like, I'm very traditional, but there are a lot of ways where I'm untraditional. And I think he wants to be in a marriage where he's in love with somebody. And even when he said I had to weigh my options on whether losing Raven was worth it, he pretty much was like, bye.
Bye, girl.
I mean, of course he's attracted to her, they're attracted to each other, but I just don't think he was just like, I can't see this woman raising my kids. I can't see this woman holding me down for 2 years while I'm at school. And I think that's why he ultimately, and I think it was very easy for him to say no.
I think
he felt that in his gut.
Oh yeah,
it was
no hesitation.
The move, like her not wanting to compromise, moving in. I get it too. Honestly, like I said,
I was saying no too.
Because you got to uproot your business and your life and your friends to move to California because you decided to come on this show knowing you got to go to school for 2 years in a whole nother state. Now I got to change my life for that. Granted, I know we're supposed to be married, but that's a hard ask. But she should have been compromised. Like her wanted to pay him to still pay them bills. That was ridiculous. But also it's the fact too for him, that family thing, the fact that her family wasn't as supportive as they would have liked. I think that was a huge factor for him as well.
Yeah.
And had he even met them? Did I skip over that episode?
Oh, okay. They didn't even come on camera, child.
Because that's the thing too.
Or outside of camera.
Not even a FaceTime, not a phone call. Because let me tell you, if I was in the same situation, if I was SK, BK, Cody, Brennan, whoever, if I ain't met your family, bro,
I'm up. What's up?
Like something is really up because
like even if they don't want to be
meeting the
camera,
parents,
like I can still have a conversation with them, you know.
And that is a perfect segue to talk about Zainab, and Cole, because she ain't met his family either. She talking about they follow her on Instagram and all that stuff, but won't FaceTime or won't call her.
Weird behavior.
Baby, I'm sorry. Like, okay, let me talk about what happened episode. Okay, I'm with her when she was talking about that chicken one seasoned. I was like, it wasn't. But when she got to talking about like, oh, when you drink white wine, you have to have this type of glass. I want to be like,
your hand is warming. I'm like, girl, if you not relax,
baby, I would drink this out the bottle. What? I'm at home.
Y'all know I drink my apple cider out the bottle.
Look, baby, I'm at home. Or pour it over some ice.
Oh my
I don't care.
I was. You know who she needs to be in a relationship with? Raven. They was. Like, I'm sorry, but she was doing too much. Like Cole, yes, Cole is his name. Cole, yes. He is very immature, and I do agree he needs to grow up in certain situations. But it's like they're both on two extremes. He's very immature, and she is very. What's the opposite?
Rigid.
Too mature. I don't know. The most. He does the little, she does the most. And there's like they need to meet in the middle, and it's just not working.
But you know what? I think the therapist in me, and it just came to me, she hasn't had control in her life. She's lost both her parents at a young age, and so many things have been out of her control. So this rigidity that she may have, could not stem from her wanting to assume some type of control over things that she can make go the way she desires it to be. And so that's what came to me. Like, I got to control something because my life has been out of my control all this time. And so these small details, if I can control them, that'll give me comfort. You know?
Did she ever say how her parents passed? Did they pass at the same time?
No. So when she was 13 or 15, her dad died they were in something on the water in a boating accident or something. And then a few years later, like her mom died when she was 18 from some type of terminal illness, I believe.
Dang, that's tough.
Yeah. Okay. Her story. I was over here crying. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Listen, you know me. I fast forward through
it. I didn't know nobody's
I ain't gonna. I know. Look, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I mean, I know her parents had passed. You know, that's sad. But fast forward.
Y'all,
I just and you know, I don't care if it's survivor. I'm not stand through.
Listen, I got enough tragedy in my life. I'm sorry. I just don't. Sometimes I don't want to sit through everybody else's.
No,
call me what you want, but sometimes you just like, okay, I don't need this today. Like when I see the tears rolling, oh yeah, then you start thinking about your life You start thinking about like, oh Lord Jesus, let me open up my Bible because
Look, or turn on some cartoons, child, to cleanse my mind before I go to
because you're
sleep.
gonna be thinking about it all
those
night.
comfort shows.
Yes.
Oh Lord, I need a therapist.
I know I'm not the only one.
No,
Therapy.
it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real.
But
Who else made it to the altar? Trees.
we don't know.
Well, everybody. So the other couple.
So
obviously-
everybody went to the altar from what it looks
They
like
just
in the
spliced.
yeah,
we
what
didn't
looks
get to
like in
see
the
it all.
preview. But in the preview for there's only one episode left. In the preview for that, it makes it look like Alexa and Brendan are having some issues, but I think
they're gonna get married.
Yeah, for sure.
But okay, I listen. Alexa has been one of my favorites. But this episode, I have some words for Alexa because Raven pointed out how when they were asking like who would be like the worst wife, and she was like, "Oh, girl, I said you." And Raven was kind of taken aback. She was like, I probably would have said me too, but like, why would you say me and tell me? And then she was like, is there something wrong with me? Like, and then so she started kind of going in her head. I was like, oh dang. So she had some like issues, within herself. And so I was like, that's kind of rude. She was just the way she said.
Oh yeah, definitely rude.
But then when Raven tried on her, and I was like, it was just towards Raven. It's like when Raven tried on her dress, she was like, oh, Cinderella after hours.
Ooh, she did that.
Yes, about Raven and her dress.
Alexa don't like Raven.
And I'm like,
that was shady.
Very much.
Not the.
Okay.
Lord have mercy. So she went down your ladder, huh, Eric?
Mm-hmm. Being shady boots. And I'm gonna say like now, she is not the representation for the thick girls out here. She is not the plus size representation.
Now she got kicked out.
No, because y'all told me that she was, and when I saw her, I'm like, I kind of
don't think she's. I'm like, she's the thick girl.
No,
she's a plus size girl.
I was listening to Kiss My Cheeks on YouTube. That's the YouTube channel, and she had a guest on there, and they were talking about Love Is Blind, and she was like, "Where is the plus size representation?" And it was like, I know they saying Alexa, but where her stomach at? Where the stomach at? I don't see no stomach.
Right.
And they were like, she's the acceptable thick, if you will.
Yeah.
Because we seen some other women like from last season they showed that was a little more thicker than her. That's the more not so acceptable form.
I know what you're talking about. She didn't even make it out the dates, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And to even talk about that too, let's get what they had. These other beautiful black women on there that didn't make it to the, the past the pods. And Lauren from
being anti-black, Love Is Blind.
Right. Lauren from Love Is Blind, the star, her and Cameron, she mentioned that she was like, listen, I know that it gets pushed, that certain people have to go through for the sake of the show. But she was like, we can't force push no black women with their stories through the show.
That part.
Like,
I bet you it would be way more entertaining. It just would be a whole vibe and not the same recycled personalities.
Hold on, who was that? Where they was at the pool and she threw the ring in the pool.
Oh, Diamond.
Come on. That was like one of the best moments. Like top moments in Love
He ate her up. I'm sorry. He was
sorry. I love
fix your wig because it's been sliding since.
Listen, we are not gonna get Chloe and Jonathan giving a scene like that. That was pure chaos. And I loved it.
You can't script nothing like that. And then her dancing the Beyonce song while she walking out, like you cannot get any better than that. But also, it brought to me, I kind of even just like on the I want to see more representation. I felt bad for SK because when they would be meeting up and the guys would be hanging out, he kind of felt like the man on the outs because they all bonding and they all and it was just like, and he just sitting there like I wanted to talk about
that.
Go ahead.
When they went to their little bachelor party or whatever, and they had them chasing them cows, SK said, "Hell no, I ain't going."
He said, "I don't feel the need to prove."
Right? No.
But see, also they're going back to Raven.
Wait, hold on. They catering to them white men because how many black men want to go out there and play with cows? Come on.
And ripping and run. He said,
"Yeah, ripping and running." Not me. I'm not ripping and running.
I'm definitely not going out there.
And it stank.
He said, I don't feel the need to prove this for my singlehood or to be there's no ceremony. He was like, and I'm not going out there chasing no calves.
But I knew he was saying no to you.
But here's the thing, like it connected to me to Raven when she also was like, these girls, she's like, I'm too old for this. I'm too grown for this. What they got going on, they good for them. But she's like, I'm not doing all that. I'm not here for this. And I was like, oh, look at them. They both, I thought that was just funny that they both had the same mindset.
I thought Raven was being sedity in that moment because don't you be doing stuff late at night in the bottles? No. Okay. I thought that was somebody else. No, that was her.
She just a bottle girl. She not a stripper.
I didn't say she was a stripper. She was a lady of the night, right?
Stop. No.
That's not what they
That's not
make that up. Oh, I thought she was a lady of the night.
Yeah, you thought she was.
A lady. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess she's used to more exquisite.
Yeah.
Bye. Moving right along. Survivor 43 is on and popping.
Yeah, let's get Survivor,
so I'm gonna pass the mic to Eric so you can get us up to speed. We'll talk about what's happening and talk about our frustrations.
We're frustrated because, and this is why, that's why they say be careful what you wish for because you may receive it. We've been asking for something to jump off, pop off all season, but this is not what we were talking about. The fact that, and we'll get into it, that the three folks on the chopping block this episode were all the three black men in the show. What's that about?
Look, ain't a backstory to support it. It's like, what?
Made no sense. No sense. So I'm just, and again, like I said, we're gonna get to it, but I'm just frustrated. I'm tired because here we go. We get Mariah, the black woman, booted first boot. No fake backstory. Like, oh, she do weekend wrong, but she's gone. We get no story from that. And then, okay, NECA deserved it. She the only one
that was the only accurate lead.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Like NECA could have won
because the tribe was going up from there. So
right, and so
I don't know who NECA voting for.
Stop.
NECA coming up. I'm sorry. Good.
That election this whole time. I thought you were talking about
in tribal council.
I thought you were talking about in Survivor Tribal Council.
Annoying.
Oh man.
And so we're like, okay. And as soon as we get to the merge, the first three people that are, like I said, on the chopping block are Dwight, Ryan, and James. We'll get into it, but I'm gonna leave y'all with that.
It sounds like they have something in common.
I wonder what it.
Right.
Funny, not funny, haha. Funny, weird. Because, yeah. So I'm pulling up my little notes here.
Come on, notes.
We got Janine come back from Tribal Council when her girl Ellie got taken out and she was blindsided.
What chin?
And I'm glad her chin has healed because people were like, "Oh, her chin."
Baby, they should have been gave us some Neosporin because
I was so
that chin been looking rough for 8 episodes.
Of looking at that chin to the point where okay, was she born with it? I didn't realize it happened.
I don't know if it was the skin or it was
looking rough.
Oh my god!
But somehow it healed very fast because it is not there no more. And so she's coming back and she's kind of going through people and like, I didn't know what, and she's just distraught. And so she started to use it at her advantage. She was like, listen, Ellie was my girl, but I'm trying to move forward in this game. So however I can be an asset, let me be an asset so I don't be the next target pretty much. And so I was like, okay. It was a lot because it's like, don't make a big deal of it and then it won't be a big deal. And I guess that's what people were kind of telling her. Like Noelle was like, I've been in your exact same position, so don't worry. I came out stronger for it when I lost Justine. So you just keep pushing through and your game will be good for it. Anyways, and then the discussion moves towards Gabler. And so Owen and Dwight are talking about Gabler and they're like, I don't know, Gabler he's a wild card. We don't know if we can trust him based on how he threw Baca under the bus as soon as he got the chance and aired out all their drama. And so they're discussing him. And then in that same light, you have Cody and Gabler coming together and they talking and they talk about the idol. Like, oh yeah, I can't use the idol, but I'm glad I got to keep it. I can take it home to my daughter. Fun fact, they can't even take that stuff, which is stupid. But
so was he lying about him not being able to use the idol?
He just did not use it because he didn't feel like he needed to.
But is his idol really gone?
Yes, it is gone.
Oh, okay.
He had to use it at the very next tribal that he went to.
Oh,
So
okay. I
this
thought he
would
was
have been
just
the one.
doing a roost or something.
No, this was real. Yeah. So that's gone. And so in the midst of this conversation, before we get there, I said, okay, blood. Dwight walking in with all red shirt on, red hoodie, red pants, red everything.
Flamed up.
Now he's wooing.
Right. Okay. Let's look for our viewer, our listeners. You can't hear me, you can't see me, but I'm throwing up my wannabe blood gang signs.
Oh Jesus Lord!
I'm located in Dallas. If anyone needs to find me, if they wanted to find,
I am crying.
Child, you mean Chicago?
Oh my God.
Chirac. That's what I meant. Dallas Chirac. That's what we call it for my hood.
I am weak.
No, you didn't say Dallas Chirac.
And while I'm talking, what now that I got on red, I just realized
That's even more hilarious.
No. Rip your city.
Anyways.
Deep ditched.
Oh man. So after that discussion, they get tree mail, and Jeff is like, first of all, I understand. He was like, if you have tribal idols, they're no more. They have no more power. Didn't understand it because everybody got tribal idols. So maybe they were just meaning the ones that Gabler had, whatever. And so after that happened, he's like, oh, and you will have pairs for this next immunity challenge. It's always a setup to me. When they do these pairs,
yes,
it's a setup. Because I'm like, why are we doing pairs? When we get to the immunity challenge, that could have been an individual challenge. And at that, so they go to drawing rocks because they couldn't figure out who they wanted to pair with. Don't know how painting the rocks, how they figured that out, but they did it. Whatever.
And how did they have time to paint the rocks, let the rocks dry, do the correct designs on the rocks? I'm like, something is weird here.
Because you would have to do 6 different sets of rocks and to make 2 match, because 2 would have to match,
right?
And so it's like, did you put 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, you know what I'm saying, like,
right?
But so they did that, and they get their pairings or whatever. I'm not going through all their pairings, but we get to the challenge, and there's 3 stages to this challenge, and it's an eliminate, and that's another one. Why are we eliminating folks? Why is it an elimination portion to this?
Right.
If you don't finish, you just don't finish and move on to the next day. That's just way it should be, like it is in any other challenge that they have. If you get left behind in the nets, you just get left behind in the nets.
You know what production is? We are being punished because we said we tired of this. Everybody was tired of them other twists that they had, where they go off to the thing and the hourglass, and we had talked about it on the other show.
Right.
Shout out to Danny.
Mm-hmm.
But don't punish us with these little. You prolong it. Like, why are you prolonging this? And why are you eliminating people along the way? You don't want all of these people to make it, do you? That's the thing. Like,
that's suspicious.
Why?
That's weird.
Right.
Or what, Dr. Umar? You don't find that suspicious?
Right.
You don't find that suspicious? Like,
exactly.
And that was the first thing, although I had seen spoilers because I didn't watch it when it aired last night, which I'm kind of getting accustomed to, kind of liking not watching it live, and I can just watch it all in one sitting without the commercials. But even with the spoilers, I'm looking at it and I was like, that was my first immediate thought, was like, because what y'all doing? What y'all trying to change up?
What fat y'all trying to trim off this tribe?
Exactly. And so the challenge is 3 stages. The first stage is crawl. One person has to crawl through the net, and once that person gets through, then the next person got to get through, and then y'all have to dig up these planks. And the first 4 out of the 6 groups that come back with the planks, they move on to the round 2. The other 2 groups get eliminated. And so pretty much everybody gets through except for Noel and Janine. Them babies was wrapped up like a caterpillar in a cocoon. They could not get up out of
snakes trying to shed they top coat
and couldn't get out. And I mean, they was twisted up, tied up, wrapped up, sewed up in that net and could not get out. And so that eliminated them and Sammy and Jesse from the competition. And so we move on to the next phase. So they get their planks and they have to build the bridge from one platform to the other using those planks that they got. And Dwight and Cody immediately get through. They moving on to the next phase. And I am so distraught because how things probably could have went differently. What if freaking Carla and Cassidy get to the end and they drop their darn? No,
Yeah.
Carla fell. Carla fell right at the
Yes.
end, trying to move too fast. Jeff needs to hush because
Like,
he messed him up.
One
He
thing
did.
Carla gonna do is fall.
She is, bless her heart.
I love Carla.
And Jeff messed him up. He's talking about, who gonna get it? Oh, Carla, almost there, almost there. Don't drop your plane. Don't drop. And she fall.
I was like, dang, Jeff, hush.
right.
And
We
then,
needed her to get in.
because I was like, because they were the only women left. So it was them. It was Carla and Cassidy versus Dwight and Cody, Gabler and Owen, and Ryan and James. The ladies was in it to win it, okay? And they was getting across. And if Jeff would have just shut his big mouth, I believe that they could have stayed focused and got themselves across. But she falls, so they would have to start over. It's too late for that. Ryan and James get to the end, and they get across, drops the platform, and here come Gabler and Owens roll down. He barrel rolls down. Gabler does, like Jack and Jill down the hill, and make it to the end. And so I'm like, I thought your back was hurting.
You was laying down the whole first half.
Man,
But you know what?
Like 2 and 3, and then he just sat down for like 3 episodes, and now he like, yeah, I'm here.
And it's funny because he mentioned that that's his strategy. Like, he's like, all right, I done took out Ellie, chopped that off, and got that out. I'm like the gator, got what but now it's time for me to go back up under the water and kind of chill. I was like, not you kind of got a good strategy. Not you got what you wanted last week. Right. And things are starting to turn in your favor.
Look, I'm trying to tell you. I keep saying, watch out for this man before he pop up and win. They better hurry up and get rid of him, or he gonna sit down there in the final tribal council telling stories.
They better get rid of him because I don't know, because not me liking Gabler now. Like, what's going on?
Low key, I was like. But before we get to us liking him, I was like, when it came to the final part of the challenge, so it's Dwight and Cody versus Owen and Gabler. And they have to do the endurance count where they got to hold on the ropes, is keep this bucket full of water, whatever, up, and it holds 25% of their pre-weight that they came in weight. The weight they were, 25% of the weight they were when they came in here. And so they have to hold it up. And if you let it go and it crashes, you out. And my first immediate thoughts, Trees, I don't know if you were listening when we were talking about how we just felt like this whole thing was a setup from the jump when they did put them in pairs for one. And then for two, when they started, it was elimination based comp. Like, if you didn't make it to the next portion, setup. Why we didn't just have this endurance comp, individuals?
Yes.
Why wasn't that just the default? Because I wonder if things could have been
man to get an immunity. That was a man comp.
I mean, and they said women. I ain't seen the season that the women have won. They said women have won that bucket challenge before, but had they had to crawl through the nets and get across the platforms with the planks on top of doing that? Probably not.
Probably not. I don't. Not that I recall. Usually, it's very standalone. This is your endurance competition, and the winner,
as it should be.
Yeah,
I do like that though.
I liked it, but I just feel like it shouldn't have been an elimination base. Like, if you didn't
got
in the first group, you out. Like, no.
I feel like it should just been whoever.
That's what I said.
Until they bucket at the end.
Noelle and Janine would have just been stuck back there till they got out.
Until they got to the thing.
And so, I mean, that's the end of it. And so, I mean, and then obviously
they could have been the best man standing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Run it all.
And in one go. And then we have, so Dwight falls out very quickly. Bless his heart.
Dwight.
It always sucks when you see people who go home and they had the opportunity to win immunity and they were just like, well, he wasn't even close, but you know, when you see it slip from their hands,
he wasn't even close.
So he's out. And here go Jeff talking to these people. I'm like, Jeff, shut up. Why are you talking? What are you guys in here fighting for? What's your inspiration? And so they all going down.
He got Gabe going.
Got him going.
Baby, it's like Jeff put a Energizer battery in Gabler back. I was like, oh, he's still going.
Still going. Because
I'm doing this for the soldiers that marched on March 37th at 13:45 a.m. Gabe.
Back in 1942.
Hold the bucket, bro. Just hold the bucket.
Then it's my dog. I'm doing for my dog Sparky. Okay. I'm doing it for the trees that I left back home that I just planted. I'm doing it for my daughter that as soon as she walk across the stage to graduate.
He had a dedication every minute. This next minute is for. I said, okay, how many more minutes do we have, Jeff?
Listen, he was pulling Christian. What season was that?
Yes, 37.
Man, Christian's was interesting though. He tripped me out. But Gabe, I was like, dang, Gabe, come on.
Because every single time
distraction for sure.
He had to, but also, and so everybody just wait, because I was like, he ain't getting weak. Now, one time I looked at him the whole time, and he kept on, oh, it's getting low. Oh, let me readjust.
He wouldn't rewind it like 1 or 2 times. Like, ooh,
he cranked that sucker
he
back.
Said, boom, 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 boom. We back in this thing. Anyways, back to the group chat. Like,
right.
Dave, you
so
still working out, huh?
I'm like, sir, if you don't be quiet this whole time, but I had to give him his prop because you know what? Who he remind me of?
Who?
He remind me of that man from BB and 10, Marty. He's the older guy, but Marty was eating them young folks up in them physical comps. They couldn't beat Marty.
Ew.
I know. But they both bald. They both got the little whatever.
Redacted from
BB. Oh, that just leaves a bitter taste in my mouth.
I know, but that man was good at comps, y'all, and we cannot take that. Because I'm like, how y'all keep letting Father Time beat y'all in these endurance competitions?
Father Time.
Because he was the old person in the house, and we're not ageist or nothing, but he was just the older person, and he was whooping these 20 years old, and he 50, 60. Okay, he was 40, but still,
you done
look
at 20 years.
He
looking 62. That's what I hate to get you. Oh.
So, anyways, Gabler won because Cody was talking about, I'm waiting for the redemption from the wrestling. Bye. That wasn't enough apparently because he lost. Gabler wins his immunity.
Did you see the look on Cody's face though when he was talking about like this is for the veterans and soldiers? Cody was looking like, nigga ain't letting this go. And they zoomed in on his face, and I know his thought was like, I'm about to hold on to the thing until I can't. I could care less what you say.
That was everybody. I was cracking up when they were paying to the audience face, and they were like,
come on, man,
sir.
But it seemed like they were a little further away, right? They couldn't hear them stories. They couldn't possibly hear them stories.
So, you don't think it? I feel like they could. Who knows?
But I would say, too, on the aspect of like, dang it, when they were like further competition, what happened? Dang it, y'all said something. I lost my train of thought because I was gonna mention something.
We're very sorry.
It's fine. Anyways, Gabler wins. He gets his immunity necklace, and we go back to tribal, or we go back to the camp. And so we have Dwight, James, Owen, I believe, at the well. And James is like, what's that in the well? There's a bottle in the well. Gets the bottle out. There's something there. There's a powerful advantage waiting for you underneath the shelter back at camp. Can you get it without being caught?
I hate that was seen like that with everybody. Like, what?
It didn't make no difference because
I'm so annoyed by that.
I don't, because it didn't, like, I would have if he didn't do what he did, but since he did what he did, I didn't think it was gonna make a difference. And so I was kind of upset with Dwight because, okay, so before we get there, actually, reverse. We at the camp, and we have Noel, we have Jesse, we have Baca and Bessie tribes in the water, and they were like, who we need to take out? We need to stick together. Let's get our Coco. Okay, so who we want from Coco? Ryan and James. Immediately.
Why was it so quick?
No hesitation. Ryan and James.
And no explanation of why either.
And so if the goal is Bessie, Baca work together because they've done it in the past, okay, we still have 4 members of Coco. So Carla and Cassidy, I love Carla, so I wouldn't have wanted Carla to go home. But why wasn't Carla in the conversation? Why wasn't Cassidy part of the conversation? Y'all just immediately jumped to James and Ryan as the targets? And that's what they were pretty dead set on, right? And so they were like, we're just going to throw 4 on him and 4 on here just to be safe and call it a day. One of them going home. And I'm already pissed because I'm like, okay.
Like
so
them, huh? One of them, huh? Quote.
One of them, huh? And so after James discovers the item, the advantage, he goes and gets it, even though everybody said they was gonna wait to after tribal. He was like, I ain't waiting after tribal. Heck, I may not be here after tribal, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it now before somebody else do. And so he gets it. It's knowledge is power. I guess they were like, dang, Geo flopped with this. He went home with it, so let's throw it back in there. And so he gets the knowledge is power. And I'm like, okay, James. But then he started telling everybody about it. And I'm like
somebody home grandparent when he just said that.
I'm like, I just when do look what it when do it becomes help me. I'm trying to find an understanding.
What is the reason?
We can't keep our mouth closed. He didn't win. I thought he was just gonna tell Carla. I was like, okay, you told Carla, that's your bestie. Cool. Then he goes tell Ryan. He tells Cody. He tells everybody named Mama, pretty much. And I was kind of, like I said, I was a little mad at Dwight because he went and told Noelle that James found something, and she told everybody, and everybody was telling everybody. And so they were like, oh, well, this is what we needed to get out James. Let's get out James. James going home.
And hold on. That right there. They said that this is what we needed to do to get out there. So they had to find a reason to evict James. Ooh. They already said, oh yeah, James around. Oh, we need some kind of reason to get rid of him. Okay.
And there it is. And so there was that. So James is the prime target, right? But here come our girl Carla coming through, clutch as I thought. Clutch, she like, Jesse, come on, let's talk for a little bit, because they got a little connection. He was like, whatever, so they built a relationship. She was like, Noelle got too much power around this camp. It's only room for one Queen Bee up in here, and it's got to be me. And Noelle running around here with too much power. We need to chop that up right now. I'm like, okay, look, I'm listening. I'm all ears, because yes, let's get out Noelle, because she is running stuff somehow. And so the plan is, let's get out Noelle, and Jesse's on board, right? He go tell Cody.
Nutty pulled a record.
Pulled a smooth record. He didn't even let Noelle's name get out of Jesse's mouth good before he talking about, I really want Dwight out, though. I don't trust Dwight. I really don't like Dwight.
Dwight don't harm nobody. Dwight be minding his business, bruh.
The only alternative explanation.
That's what it is. Explanation. Basically, you ain't gonna say it right.
Is that he made it to the last four people standing in the immunity competition. So that could have been their reason that they needed at that time.
Oh, he been good at all the little puzzles and da da da. Okay, would you have rather him not been good, so y'all could have went back to the end?
I was like, there'd be a lot of puzzles. We might need him. Like it's 20 of us.
So, but anyways, and so I'm like, there you go. I said, see, that's what I'm talking about. I knew from when I called it. Y'all can go back to episode 1 for this season. I said he acted like Ricard because he doing too much on Dwight specifically. Because I don't believe nothing he said. He da 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 da. I said that's the Ricard spirit creeping up. But I gave him some grace because Bessie started winning, so we didn't really see much of their tribe. So I was like, oh, I'm cooling off on Cody a little bit because they tribe is whatever. But what's in you gonna come out.
That part.
And that anti-black, it jumped out. Because you immediately shut down the fact that Noelle needs to go home. And Jesse, where is your backbone? That's why you won't win this game, because you don't have a backbone. I really don't want Dwight going home, but I gotta let Cody feel like, you gotta let people feel like they have agency in the game. True, but you also have to think about what's in your best interest. And Dwight is with you. That is a part of your best interest. So you don't have to fight him on it, but you should have been like, I get that, but she's the stronger player who we need to get out first. And we can get Dwight next week is what you should have did. And so the fact that you didn't have a backbone and you didn't stand up for somebody supposed to be your boy, I can't sit with that. I don't like that weak player stuff, because no. You're going to let folks like Cody, he going to do what he did to Shane, like Ricard did to Shane. You're going to look up and you're going to be voted out.
You're going to be gone.
Right.
You and your tears tattoos that you said you had. And you're right. I would take everything back. I said them other episodes. You weren't leading nothing. Trees was right. You was the fall boy. You was the one that they had delivering the little packages, and just in case they got caught, you the one. You're the one. You weren't leading nothing.
Nothing.
There weren't no teardrops. There weren't no teardrops.
That's permanent marker.
Little high school cane. You wasn't nothing. Little elementary. Act like he was on Narcos or something. No. Or Breaking Bad. No, you wasn't nobody serious.
Breaking off.
Right. Oh, got me heated. So, anyways, we get to tribal council, and I'm about 90% sure, outside of spoilers, because I knew Dwight went home, whatever. But my mind, if I hadn't known the spoilers, I would have said that I seen that they came up in conversation. But surely, I don't know who was going home. If I'm going to be honest, had I not had spoilers, I didn't know which one of them was going home.
I definitely thought James was out of there. That's what I would have thought.
I did too. I really did. And they did them switcheroos, child, so he could not ask for their turn.
I ain't like
you call them.
Thank you. Because I almost skipped that in my notes. So after he then told everybody and their mama, they were like, we can't. Cody was like, oh no, I gotta make sure my idol protect, because I gotta. Everybody started patting, throwing in here. You take this over here, I'll take yours.
When they do that, they run their mouth about who got an idol. Jesus.
And so Owen takes Noel's still a vote. Janine gives her idol to Dwight, and Cody gives his idol to Jesse. And it's like, look, Carla ain't said that she got.
Carla said,
"Don't nobody know that
her
baby
lips
got
are
nothing."
sealed.
Nothing. And
I can't wait for her to use it. They're gonna be like, I hope she gets to the season.
I actually just saw a clip right before we recorded that Carla talked to Gabler about the immunity bracelet. She didn't say she had one, but what she did was she was like, oh, I'm hearing about the immunity bracelet, people getting the beads and stuff, to Gabler. He was like, yeah, Janine had this. This is what she took from me so she could have immunity idol. And she was like, oh my gosh, Lindsay was collecting beads. I was collecting some beads, but Lindsay took that from me. So does that mean that she? Yeah, she was like, so does that mean she gone? She took the idol. Like, that means she had. That's what she had. She
Baby,
had the
I
idol.
love her, bro.
Yes.
And so she was covering her track because she recognized, she like, everybody talking about these beads. I need to get it set in stone right now that I ain't got nothing, because I know people know I was collecting beads, but I needed to be known that the beads are needed.
For Lindsay.
Right.
Look, I said that I would lie. She's doing exactly
baby
what I said I would do. OMG.
Yes. Carla is giving me all-star right now.
So I'm so mad that they did not show that in the edit. They spent all that time on that darn challenge when they could have been showing us this strategy.
Mastermind strategies. Come on.
Because, and we've said it, this little raggedy, weird editing is cutting out so much, because somebody brought up where is this trust between Janine and Dwight come from that she felt comfortable to give her idol? Yeah, that was when Noel felt comfortable to give Owen her still a vote, and all that. Like, where is this coming from? And so, go ahead, Kiki.
When it comes to the production part, right? So I was on some Reddit page or whatever, and they were talking about how their family member, it was an editor for this season. They don't know the outcome or whatever, but they said that this season, the editors chose to edit from the beginning versus editing from behind, from the end of the end of the season. So the other ones, the reason why the Edgic is so good is because they start according to the way they're written.
They
allegedly,
make the story work.
Yeah, they have the whole story and they're making the story fit the winner.
That's why
versus this time it's being edited as it goes along.
Why? Because they didn't get the winner they wanted, or they
right. Right. How did you manage to?
Or maybe they were trying to get rid of spoilers. Maybe.
Because last season it was a complete.
Maybe it was very much
in order.
We had it down.
So maybe that's a good point. But I don't care. The editing has been terrible, because also, so this is another point too, because we're missing this. And so clearly Dwight gets voted out. He's blindsided, right? He's gone. A question that I saw, and I had too, how is it that Sammy keeps ending up right ending to flip the vote right when he need to, because he's supposed to be Baka Vesey strong with them, but he flipped. How did he know to flip every single time there's a flip? He knew to flip. What is they're not shown? Something is not being shown, and I'm trying to understand how he knows when to flip every single time. So that's my question, and also my other question: did Dwight take Janine Idol with him?
Home. It's on the boat with him.
I don't know why that tickled me so much.
It tickled me. I
said, Janine was looking like.
Wait. I felt like she was low key asking for it back during trial.
And that's why I was there. Go ahead and give me that back.
But you know what? You know what would have been ill? I don't know if this has ever happened. You know, y'all, I've only seen like maybe 4 or 5 seasons of Survivor. But if this has happened before, I need to go back and I would just literally just watch the episode. But I would love for if somebody found out about this, you know, ask them if they have the idol, you get it from them. What's it called? The ask
knowledge is power.
I said the ask for me power. The knowledge is power. I would love if they did the switcheroo, and it would have been so ill if Dwight used the idol. Janine would have been like,
no,
right.
I low-key wanted him to.
I was like, use the idol, Dwight.
I wish he had a hunch that he was truly blindsided.
Yes.
I wish he had a hunch that he was on the block.
Used it.
Oh,
yes.
I'm sorry. I would have just YOLO'd because I'd have been like, okay, they've been doing a lot today. Mm-hmm. I don't have an idol. Janine about to ask me for this idol back as soon as we get back to camp. I came on Survivor to have these options. I mean, to do these certain things, and there's a bucket list. And one of my things on my bucket list is to use an idol. I would say I got an idol.
And you know what? And that would have been maximum chaos because
I would have loved to see
him
that.
using an idol. First of all, she would have been pissed. But when it came to that vote, they would have been like, "Oh my god! Like you just saved like our alliance that we had. You kept it intact. Maybe James probably.
No, Ryan.
I mean, did Ryan have more votes or James had more votes?
I only had 2.
I thought Ryan had the fewest. Not Ryan. James had the fewest.
Oh, okay. So Ryan would have won.
I remember when they was reading the votes, and then I think they had put like 4, and James was like, "Yeah, like I'm good. Like it don't even matter because I'm at the 6."
Okay, cool. Okay, that's right. You're right. So,
but I remember that look. He was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
So I would have been okay. I would have been okay with Ryan leaving. No, I wouldn't have because he shouldn't have been. I would have much rather
messing up. If Ryan went home, I would have been like, "Sorry, Ryan."
I would have been okay with Dwight staying because then Jesse, you got some explaining to do. Cody, you got some explaining to do. And Sammy, you got some explaining to do. And that would have put them in some hot water and maximum chaos. And so he should have used it. I really wanted to. So now now Janine, sis ain't got nothing. Ain't got nan idol.
Watch them give her a comeback story though. That's why I'm having a feeling. You know, her girl went.
Giving Janine too much camera time for me.
That's what I'm saying. It's a comeback story, bro. Watch.
She gonna get to the final. She ain't gonna win probably, but she gonna get to the final.
I think so.
I'm not seeing winner in her, but I definitely seeing
final.
She definitely
trying to give her a personal
5 at least.
Yeah. Because going into the next almost to the next chapter, the next episode, I see her and Kat saying, "Well, we gotta have each other's back. Okay, I'm gonna have your back. We're gonna stick together." That's going on. We got Sammy. Like I said, he all over the place. So maybe that's why he's such a good place and he can flip because he got connections all over the darn island. Sammy may end up, if it ain't Gabler, Sammy gonna end up winning this darn game, is what it's looking like if it ain't Gabler. So it's something to watch. My interest is peaked, but I'm pissed. So pissed.
Yeah.
So are we.
Because why? Why is it us every single time? People always say, why you gotta bring race into it? Because y'all bring it into it.
Look, when I have a downtime, I'm going to do the research. I'm going to watch a series of, I need a sample set, and I'm going to watch the first episode of every elimination show, however many elimination shows, and we're going to do a tally, and we're going to see if it's just in our heads, or is it statistically accurate that Black people or people of color are gone first.
Yep.
I don't understand it. Like, there was legit no reason beforehand. Like, why was nobody else was an option? Even when they flipped the vote and didn't go with the James or Ryan, whatever, why wasn't nobody else like
And that's what I'm saying. And that even comes down to even if there's something that we missing, make the storyline make sense if it is. And it seems like there's no storyline to make sense in this situation because we just gonna let people on the block because we don't connect with them, whatever. They're expandable.
Dwight going home made no sense to me.
Nope.
None.
And it was anti-black when his hair got caught in that net. I just had to say that.
Right.
Oh my God. He said
His poor locks can't form good.
Yeah.
For getting caught
But he got out. But listen, but the girls were saying that too. And I was like, well. So I just, and we've had this conversation time and time again. I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm over it. And nobody's saying we need a free pass to the end. That's not what we're saying. But we're saying
I would like a free pass to the end.
Tree said reparations. Okay.
I'm not saying we gotta win, but put us in final 3.
Tree is hilarious.
And
on that
call
note,
me crazy. Oh, I was gonna say call me crazy. I said, but I feel like this is repercussions since they saw last season. They were like, that whole Marianne and Drea thing, that whole thing, the way they did the conversation with Jonathan and all that stuff about Chanel and old dude Roxroy getting sent home. They were like, all of them need to be on the block because we taking one of them out of here. We ain't having this problem no more.
They said we're not doing that.
And so I don't know. We can talk about this forever because it's a problem. It needs to be addressed. I don't know. Again, we can have this wonderfully diverse cast, but yet these problems still persist, and I don't know what it's going to take.
Let's see which black man is in trouble next week.
Okay. Tune in for next week.
Because now they know. They all know James got the knowledge is power. So
right, I'm sure he's
and he ain't got no power. He ain't got no power because he don't know where nothing at. So
right.
They gonna still send him. Why? Still send him. Oh, because you have the knowledge of power. But y'all know it's ineffective because he would have to take a guess, and he don't know where nothing is at.
Yeah, I wonder if everybody because he still has this power. I wonder if everybody's gonna give back their idols to who they go to if they're gonna keep them until after he uses it. That'll be interesting to figure out.
We'll see what they
because he didn't get to use it.
I would have did. Listen, and this is closing. If I'm me too. If I see somebody else, I know they in the switch because they told who they went they stuff to. If I'm Janine, I'm saying Cody gave I'm gonna tell James Cody gave his idol to Jesse. So, and I'm gonna be keeping you in mind and see where they switch it to. Take it from Jesse.
Exactly. I'll be like,
and we go now, Cody.
Look, bruh, I know you know I got idol, and I know you got the knowledge is power. Cody got Janine idol. So and so got some. I'm gonna just let you know that. You hear this from me, and then I go and walk off to the well and get my little water.
And so when everybody y'all shocked and stuff, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, knowing I orchestrated it.
How did he know?
Psychic.
Come on here, Survivor players.
Come on.
All right, y'all. Our time is far spent. But we hope you enjoyed the episode. We hope you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bells on YouTube, as well as on your places where you listen to your podcast so that you can be alerted every time a new episode drops. Until next time, bye.